Feminism is not a new concept. Feminism is defined as the advocacy of women's rights on grounds of social, political, and economic equality to men. Feminism has been around for a long time, and around the world, we are slowly making way to gain equality. Feminism is about equality, and although we have made some great accomplishments, there are still some common misconceptions that hinder the feminist goal. What is feminism? This quote from Elizabeth J. Friedman's article, Feminism Under Construction, sums it up pretty well. Women's rights are human rights, and human rights are women's rights. Feminism is about equality. Political equality is about basic human rights such as voting. It is the equal amount of voice that citizens have over governmental decisions. Susan B. Anthony and Elizabeth Cady Stanton were women who helped us make way in gaining political equality, although we're still not there yet. Social equality is what brought on the challenge of women's roles. The major contributing factor to this is The Feminine Mystique, a 1963 book by Betty Friedan, which, according to the article about feminism in the Cengage Learning website, was both a bestseller and a topic of major debate. A woman's role was wifely duties back then. There weren't very many education or job opportunities for them. Economic equality is just as it sounds. A woman should get paid the same amount of money for working the same job as a man. So a white woman today only makes 77 cents to a man's dollar. A woman of color only makes 61 cents to a man's dollar, and a Latina woman only makes 53 cents to a man's dollar. From the first to the third wave, feminism has come a long way and made a lot of accomplishments in the USA. The first major accomplishment that was gained is women's suffrage in the 1920s. We finally got the right to vote in the 19th Amendment, which prohibited discrimination based on sex. Women like Susan B. Anthony and Elizabeth Cady Stanton were the reason that we had this right. The second major feminist accomplishment was in 1964. The Civil Rights Amendment of 1964 added Title VII, prohibits employers' discrimination on an employee basis of sex, color, nationalism, and religion. Another really big accomplishment that feminists have gained was the decision made in the court case Roe v. Wade on January 22, 1973. This was the amendment that gave women a choice over their bodies. This is the right to terminate an unwanted pregnancy before the fetus acquires viability, and it is in the 5th and the 14th Amendment. Although feminists have made such big accomplishments, people are still wary of the F word. This is because of the misconceptions spread by the media and people who are misinformed. One of the biggest misconceptions that people have about feminism is misandry, or the hatred of men. But this is absolutely not true. If feminism is about equality, there is no room for misandry in the second biggest misconception that people have about feminists is that only women can be feminists. But this isn't true. They even have campaigns for things like this. They have a shirt that says, "This is what a feminist looks like," and they sell it in men's sizes as well. But the most detrimental misconception that people have is that we don't need feminism anymore, which is absolutely not true. If we didn't need feminism, there wouldn't still be feminicide and domestic violence against women, and women are still considered to be subordinate in economic and social status. Feminism is simply about equality. It isn't about tearing down men and misandry. It's the belief that everyone is entitled to basic human rights. You don't have to be a woman to be a feminist, and society very much still needs feminism. Women around the world still experience oppression in very extreme ways, such as genital mutilation. According to the Feminist Majority Foundation, approximately 2 million girls are mutilated every year. Egypt, Ethiopia, Kenya, Nigeria, Somalia, and Sudan account for 75% of all cases. In Djibouti and Somalia, 98% of all girls are mutilated. Feminism is still relevant to human beings, and yet it has become a bad word to society.